Well, welcome to the Simon NoChanoma channel. Welcome to the city of Leuven. I'm here in the centre of the city. This is the famous town hall. So I just pan around like that. It's sort of on steroids. I'll just switch you over and we'll go and have a closer look. Built up a little bit. It's getting slightly busier now. Look, I have a piece of paper here. I have a piece of paper that tells me when this was built. If I can find it. Let's have a look. Here we go. This is the town hall. Oh, just tilt up so you can have a look. Oh, there we go. It's half past 8 in Japan. And that's the church behind me. It doesn't actually say, oh yes. It was built in 1448. And is apparently known throughout the world because of that style. If there's anybody watching, Nosh for example, feel free to message me on Facebook. Let me know. Anybody, feel free to message me on Facebook. Let me know if you're hearing anything. I shall go the town hall. We have a closer look at these figures. So Leuven, if you didn't know, is in the province of Brabant, which is in Flanders, which is in Belgium. Police, okay. This is the market square, and that clock you heard, that is from St. Michael's Church. Let's see, does it tell me about St. Michael's Church? No, sorry, I'm terribly sorry. St. Peter's Church. I should read your papers, Simon. Begun in the 15th century. And it was never finished properly. Apparently there was supposed to be a tower there, but apparently the ground is not very stable, so they never finished it. And then you have this building next to the more Gothic-y stuff. Apparently this was just one story, that building ahead of us there, until the 17th century, and then they built the other stories. Table Round, it's called, Tafelrond. Right, let's go and have a wander. We'll head down the route that I took before. I've done all this before lunch. I had a nice lunch. If Nosh Broad is watching, I had a lunch in a bagel and a beer in a shop called Nosh, of all things. We shall probably pass it, and I shall show you. Here we are. Let's get a side view of the. And just angle up to get more of that Gothic goodness. It's just intense sculpturalness. Okay. Of course, tourist information is housed close to the town hall. Sensible. Anyway, Leuven, what can I tell you about it? Yes, for 130,000 years, people have lived here. Not necessarily in the city, but there were Mesolithic remains found in the woods south of here. But there has been at least over 1,000 years of occupation on this site. And I'm trying to remember what I read up about it on the train on the way here. Where did I have to go? Yes, this is that was the the new market, as it were. But we're now heading towards the old market and getting people on camera. Hollanders. There we go. There we are, Nosh. If you're watching, this is just for you. I sat there where that couple is on the left. Try not to bump into people. It's all right doing a live stream, waffling on, but people have to go about their lives. Oh yes, this is the college halls, because it's a university town, and there's been a university town since the Middle Ages. So, let's go around here. Because this is on my route plan. Originally begun in 1317. That's not 1:15 in the afternoon. No, that's 1317 AD. Place is full of this sort of stuff. Right, now we're heading down to the old market, which is apparently the beating heart of Leuven's nightlife, and at the moment it's a bit dead. As you can see, all these places come alive at night, but I'm not staying that long. I just hope this is streaming. I could just be talking to myself and nothing happening, of course. Still, a YouTuber's got to do what a YouTuber's got to do. Yes, this is the old market. From the year 1150, markets were held here on this majestic rectangular square. It's a rectangular square. They are only in Belgium. Can you have a rectangular square? But basically it's one cafe after the next. And a statue of a landlady. This is a typical Leuven's landlady. Apparently. So I read. I have to go back out. Oh, that was just my friend Yoko commenting on a post that pinged. Sorry. So quite a few interesting buildings here. What they are, I don't know. But the architecture sort of is quite varied. And it's also, as you say, as you see, quite quiet. I've been very lucky. It was raining when I arrived. So right, I'll just thank him. So there we are, being helped by my son. Yes. I don't know why, it just suddenly went offline. So, if you've just joined, now it's online. I'm back online again. Jolly good. Not quite sure, I must have lost 4G, gone between those buildings or something. Lost some 4G connection. It's rather nice. Intense. Are they real? They're real. Or are they plastic? I can't tell. I think it's plastic. They're plastic. Plastic leaves. Hello, gorgeous. Okay. Now, where am I heading to? That's a good question. I'm heading to Where is it? The Dela Park. I think that's what it's called. Where do I have to go? Parry Street, Parry Street, Parry Street. Do I go down there? I'm lost now. Oh, hang on, a bit further this way. I'll just flip you back. So, somewhere along here is the way down to the river. There's a river that goes through the city, and there's a very nice medieval beguinage. I shall explain. A beguinage is like, basically it's a home for nuns, built in the sort of the medieval period. Oh, it's very bright. I think I've gone the wrong way. Hang on, let's go back up that way. Oh dear. I'll flip you back again. Okay. Hang on. Where have I got to go? Parry Street, and then I go back down Parry Street. Maybe it's St Bartholomew Street? It's back offline again. It must be back on again. Oh.
But I'm going to the Owing.
Somewhere down here is the park, or near the park that I went into this morning. At the moment it's not looking very medieval at all. I could have gone completely the wrong way. I'm going to read about it. Piece of paper here with all the information on as I need. Back down here again. Where were we? Yes. The Wolf Gate. We've got to go to the Wolf Gate and the beguinage. Flip you back. Flip back. Flip back. Okay. It's turned out to be quite a nice day, actually. I thought it was going to be all rainy and miserable. But the sun is out. Look at that. Sunshine. Someone being called. Who was that? Oh! Sorry. Oh, sorry about that. Yes, work. I've got to get to work at 6:45 in the morning on Monday, so I've got a day's rest at least in between. Where were we? Not the most exciting live streams, I'm afraid. Now then, if I can remember how I got to where I got, I'll just walk back that way. Walk this way with me. Now, was it here? Yes. You're going to get blinded by the sun in a minute. Oh dear. I shall go over into the shade. Oh, I can't complain really. The sunshine. Now, I hope you're all all, I say all, anybody that's watching, apart from Tom, who's in comments, enjoying yourselves in comments. The usual crowd, are you there? Dibble and Vids of Your Mom and Perk and so on. Ah, Tom, if Tom's watching, can you see who's in comments? Tom, give me a list. That would be handy. If you're still watching. Yes, I came back down this way. This way leads to. I know this way leads to the beguinage, and there's some nice buildings along here as well. Right, so I'll flip back this way because the sun is just. There we are. Ah. Yes, there is a rather fantastic library building in the middle, somewhere in Leuven, that was very famous up until the First World War. Medieval library, big university, and the Germans obviously invaded World War I, and then when they were losing, they just set fire to the entire library and burnt it to the ground with everything in it, which was very Germanic. Some child doesn't like Leuven. Ah. Oh. Vids of Your Mom and me. Who's that? I can't tell who that is from your avatar. Hi, Vids of Your Mom. Hi, me. Who else is watching? Sorry, I don't recognise your avatar on Facebook. One day I'll get 1,000 subscribers, but not on this channel now because I've only got 13 on this channel. I was well on the way. I was halfway there nearly on my other channel. Dibble, hey! Nice to see you. I'd say you're probably having a similar weather in London at the moment. Right. I'll go onto the shadow side of the street. Oh. Excuse me. Trying to get rid of these information papers and stuff from in my pocket. Now then, is it down there? No. Oh, this is nice. Hang on. I saw this before. Instagram photo I did earlier. Okay. Flip you back. Not me. No. There we go. Look at that. Whoops, wrong way. Twist round that way. And zoom up. There we are. Nice bit of baroque for you. Oh, goes up even further. Oh, there we are. I won't go inside in case 4G cuts off. Sorry for the noisy buses. But this place is absolutely littered with buildings from the 17th, 18th and 19th centuries, sometimes earlier. It's not quite as full of them as Bruges, for example, but it's rather nice. And shortly we shall be heading to the Wolf Gate. Apparently it's a Wolf Gate because there's some statues on it, which I missed earlier. Hang on, perhaps if I go around, yeah, I'll get out the Wolf Gate that way. I'll go down this alley. Oop. I think this leads to the Wolf Gate as well. I think. I could be entirely wrong and we could be just wandering down a random alley somewhere, but there appears to be something in the distance. Oh, a car is in the distance. I hope it's not wanting to come up here. But yes, there's a wolf gate. Yes. Apparently there are two wolf sculptures on it that, even though the gate is 17th century, the wolf sculptures came from a font from a Norman church from the 800s. Apparently. All these things I've read. So what I like about this as well, we're in Flanders, but there's hills. Usually Flanders is as flat as a pancake. It's a bit like like Norfolk dibble over here, mostly flat. But here we have some rather nice hills. Oh yes, I think that's the wolf gate. We'll have a look. Oh, I didn't come out of that gate. It could no. Hang on. Where is it? It's just your bog standard Baroque gate. I'm sorry. I don't see any wolves on it at all. No, so let's go back that way. There you are, for all those unfortunate enough not to have bog standard Baroque gates in their vicinity. I'm sorry. I mean, they're like all over the place. This is the way to the wolf gate garden thing. I think. Could be entirely wrong. Am I still streaming? It's that beer I had. Yeah, well, it looks. I'm taking you down the little dark alleys of Leuven. I went offline there. I don't know what happened. I must have lost 4G. Well, I hope this all comes together in one stream. Otherwise, it's going to be very random and short. Okay. Yes. Flip back. Okay. So, Dibble or Vids or Tom, am I back online again? Somebody message me and let me know. Now, I couldn't do it through StreamYard because that would have meant having to set my live stream up on my computer at home before I left this morning, and I would have left it on for hours. So I'm using the Minicam app, which theoretically streams, and I've streamed before with it, and it's worked relatively okay, apart from that time in England on the lake where it was just a total disaster. I hope this is not going to be a total disaster either, where it just have me fast forwarding and talking like a mad duck. Keep it along here. I'm back, but I'm not having much luck. No. There's supposed to be good 4G around here. I'll have to wait for 5G. I'll be retired before it gets decent. At the moment, this is not all that spectacular. It's a mix of 19th and 20th century buildings. But rest assured, we will come into a rather nice medieval beguinage. I've got to keep an eye on the time as well. Hang on, what time is it? Oh, right. I can go for another half an hour, and then I've got to make my way back to the station. But yes, where were we? Yes, yeah, occupied in the Roman times. In the Roman times, two tribes lived. Two Celtic tribes lived in Leuven. One to the west of the river and one to the right. I think the Nervi lived to the west of the river, and the Eburones lived to the right of the river. We'll see the river shortly. It's not a very spectacular river, but apparently these two tribes had lands either side. And then old Julius Caesar invaded and in Gaul, and this was all part of Gaul apparently, and he basically more or less almost totally wiped out the Eburones, and the remainder then merged with another called the Tungrai, and they settled on sort of the eastern side of the river and ended up, that became a sort of area under the jurisdiction of their descendants, and that was the Brussels area of Brabant. And the western side, the Eburones, not the Eburones, the Nervi, they ended up having even Antwerp in there. Yes, we're sort of more or less here. There's a little, have I missed it? Have I missed it? No. Black Sister Street. Yeah, here we go. Black Sister Street. Let it not be said, but it's a multicultural nuns. Okay, that just means the colour of their outfits. Yes, if I go down to Black Sister Street and turn left, I can enter the beguinage. Is it still streaming? Is it still good? Is it worth the effort that I'm putting in? I don't know. Record and playback. Okay. Well, unfortunately, I can't record with this. Well, yes. It's gone, but hang on. Let's see. I may have to stitch it together again. Here we are in the beguinage. This could be a shorter stream than usual. Here we are. For those that have managed to join later, you see it's all like it was restored in the 1980s. It is rather nice, very quiet as well. Ooh, very bright. I hadn't expected the sun. Now, I'll just go down this little side street and we can see the river. I'll flip you back. Dibble. Oh, someone's just emptying their bath or something. Yeah, very pleasant, and there's a stream going through your back garden. Well, that's the River Dial, or as it's called, Dale. Pronounce it in the Dutch. So yes, Dibble, I mean, it's just going to have to hopefully stream in sections, and then I'll upload it and fiddle about with it and tack it together for all those who want to watch the replay. And cut out the The bits. Is it still worth it? Or should I mean, you're the only one here, but are you enjoying it? Right, so like the pointy roofs. Almost German-like. Ah, this is just a wall to the river. Looks very muddy. So it gives you a sort of an idea of kind of medieval Leuven. Not every city that can boast streets like this. Although they're mostly now occupied by students and professors from the university. There we are, a gaggle of students. Not quite sure what this church is. I appear to be. Am I the only one here? I don't know. If I'm the only one here, I may wind up the stream. And head back. I'm just going to message you. Hang on, Dibble. You're still there. I think I'll call it. Hang on, what's Thomas saying? It's online again. Okay. No, that was okay. No. Call it. Day. Well, I should just flip back to myself. Unfortunately, yes. I could have stayed home, but I was home all day yesterday, and I just didn't fancy spending quite a long weekend at home all the time, and I thought it was nice to bring you with me to this rather nice city, and unfortunately it didn't work out too well. It'll be, if I do a live stream from there with him, hopefully the Wi-Fi, the connection will be okay, and it'll be at a later time, probably early evening on Saturday. We shall see. Anyway, thank you for watching, putting up with my blathering, and hope you enjoyed the scenery, such that it was, and hope next week will work better. I appear to be surrounded by sun. Okay, I'm actually going to go offline now and say bye-bye. Bye-bye.